I was going to speak today about my journey in spiritualism. Kind of an interesting journey, but my journey. I started in spiritualism as a child. My mother was a spiritualist. My father, a Southern Baptist minister. So, we had little discussions. But my mother used to always take me to these camp meetings. And she would head off in the car, we'd pack our stuff, and we'd head off into these camp meetings. And I would sit in these tents, these meetings, and I would listen to the spiritualists talk. I would listen to them speak from the platform. Their services were a lot like what my father was doing, but he wouldn't admit it. But they would do the same thing. They would get quiet, do the inspirational talk, and bring messages from Spirit. But when I finished my little summertime with my mom, I had to go to tent revivals with my father. And back in the 60s, you didn't pass a corner without a revival tent on it. So my father would travel to revival meetings, and they would sit. Beginning of the service, they would get quiet. The preacher would come up and speak. And instead of doing readings or bringing something from Spirit, they would say that God put something on my heart that I should share with you. Sounded a lot like a spiritualist. We had something on our heart we were going to share with you. Father didn't really believe that. He said that he was dealing strictly with God, strictly with the forces of Spirit. So I went through most of my childhood traveling back and forth. My grandmother thought I should be a Catholic priest, so she would take me to the Catholic church every once in a while. Be the first priest in the family. Maybe if I would have been in the priesthood, I could have been the Pope by now, you know? See? But everything in our family was more on religion. Everybody had their own objective, their own vibration of religion. So through my life, I tried to figure out which one worked for me. And I think everybody else does that too. They try to figure out, does it work for me? Does it fit the vibration I'm looking for? So I did all the isms, Taoism, Buddhism, did all the isms, followed that path for a little while. Then I figured out that your guru was better than my guru, so I didn't want that, so I moved out of that. Then I went into a lot of other religions in my life, a lot of other vibrations within my life. I always liked Episcopalian. Sounds regal, you know? Episcopalian, see? So you want to feel regal when you're an Episcopalian. But I stayed in spiritualism. Back in the day, you can't do it now, but back in the day when I was much younger, I would read from the stump at Lilydale. So, I've been in a lot of spiritualist organizations, speaking and working. My mother, in her day, was an extremely talented physical medium. What she did, she brought Spirit into the room. And through my life, I've seen Spirit drop out of the ceilings, seen Spirit walk up to me, seen Spirit shake my hand. I've seen Spirit do miraculous things in these seances that I attended with my mom. When my father died, I had his wedding ring cremated with him. And during a trumpet seance, the trumpet came around. I could hear my father's voice say, "Put your hand out, Luke." And down the trumpet came my father's wedding ring, landed in my hand. So I've had a lot of apports and different things. And apports are just openings from the spirit world to drop things in, to drop things into your vibration. And it usually takes time. You can't just all of a sudden manifest something. It takes patience. Patience to get it done. My mother sat in this trumpet for almost 22 months before they even got the trumpet to move. So it took a while. Trumpets take a while to get to move with the group. The group is a chain. A spiritualist organization is a chain. You're as strong as the group, the vibrational group that you're with. So if a part of the chain leaves, the rest of the group has to rebuild it. So you try to pick something that you feel. And I like teaching people. When you go home today, find yourself a place in your home that you're going to meditate. You're going to get quiet. Nobody else sits there, especially in the chair that you're sitting. I've been in this a long time. Mediumship, healing, all of this is all psychometry. What it is. Stronger the energy in the medium, stronger the energy they propel from the spirit world. Stronger the energy that they propel from the healing guides, the people from the spirit world, stronger the healer will become. They keep doing the same thing day after day after day. They become stronger. Same thing as a medium. Doing work, working at it, working at it. That's why mediums in the day used to sit in a cabinet. Sit in a cabinet, mostly because it's a smaller space. You can meditate in this space, but you'd have to fill the whole space with your energy. But if you get a smaller space, you get a smaller space to fill that energy. You don't have to fill so much. You get it done a little bit quicker. But you have to focus your intent. I love it when people say, I am open to the universe. They scare me. Because you don't know what they're going to do. What are you focusing your intent on in your life? What do you really want to happen? As a spiritualist, I believe in all of the principles. Here, remember, when you recited the principles today and the healing prayer, just about 10:30, we're going towards 11, you said that. Now, for years, those principles and that healing prayer have been said at most churches at that time. So the energy has been built up in the spirit world. So when you speak that at that time, there are people in the spirit world that stop and recite it with you. So even if you're not even in church and you're sitting at home at 10 o'clock saying, we're not going to go to church today, say the principles. Say the healing prayer. There are hundreds of people in the spirit world that listen to you. They listen. I teach a lot about frequencies and mediumship. And frequencies, your voice is different than anybody else's voice on the earth plane. Nobody sounds like you. So people in the spirit world are attached to that frequency that you speak. So when you speak out loud, people in the spirit world stop and listen. What you're asking. It's all this whole thing of understanding what you want first. Oh, I want that. Oh, I don't know how I'll ever get that. Oh, I can't do it. I love when I tell mediums and they say, oh, I can't get names. I'll never get names. Well, you'll probably never get names. Oh, I'll never be able to do that. Oh, you won't be able to do that then. Because you told them, I don't want to, I'm not going to be able to do that. So find your passion. That's what spiritualism is all about, is finding your passion. Whatever that passion is. Find that passion to uplift yourself, to encourage your well-being. That's what it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to sit here like a piece of driftwood and then just drift back home and drift back in. You're supposed to find your purpose, your vibrational purpose in your life. You're looking to do. You're looking to find that. Once you find your purpose, then other things in your life will start to arrive. I didn't start off with all the senses that I have now. I was objective clairvoyant when I was young. I could see spirit like I see you. The rest of it came later, but I worked on that. I worked on that gift. Then I started working on the other ones as they arrived. I didn't want all of them. That would mess me up. But I just want a few. I want to be able to communicate with spirit. And all of us can communicate with spirit. We can communicate if we give it enough energy. We have to give it energy. We have to give it time. Sometimes you closed a door when you were young, you nailed it shut, put boards all over that door, and as you get older, you'd like to open it. But someone stole your hammer. Can't pull the door open anymore, so you gotta work harder. I get kids in my classes, and they see spirit right away. Boom, they're there. The older people in my classes, there you got it. Their blood vessels in their head are about ready to break and trying to see stuff. But it's because they stress too hard over it. It's always the first thought, first impression. What's your first thought? What's your first thought? Probably your best thought, but what's your first thought? Because I was raised in this. I went through all kinds of camp. I sat in Chesterfield when the girl stepped out of the ceiling, walked past all the adults, and came back and shook my hand. The adults were mad that their girl didn't stop and talk to them. Spirit appears to me all the time, talking. But you have to make them behave. You have to make them behave now, so you're in control. I love when people say, well, they get me up every morning at 3 o'clock. I'm so tired. I'm writing every day at 3 o'clock. Well, nonsense. The house better be on fire or somebody breaking in if you're going to wake me up at 3 o'clock. Whatever you got to say, we'll wait till I get up. Whatever you got to say to me, we'll wait. If you allow them to move you in directions in your life, oh, they'll say, oh, you like that. Oh, that's good. Oh, my. So keep doing it. So you have to say, you have to have that connection to them. Say, no. Set rules with your guides. Find your space, your vibrational space. And don't keep changing it. You're married to a wife like I have. She will move everything in my reading room. She thinks she's cleaning, but she's moving. I don't like things moved. Because the energy's there. I don't mess with the energy. I've got it set. I've got it set right. So when you set the energy right, you feel comfortable with it. Then set it. Set the energy for you. Don't put 20,000 different types of stones in your reading room. The whole energy in your room will be scattered. Find a stone that works for you. If you want to have a stone. Whatever you want. Put it in the room. I love it when people do trumpet. They do trumpet. You know that trumpet comes in 4 things for a reason. You pop the top part off, the smallest part of the trumpet. You work with that first. You don't work with the whole trumpet, you work with that. You get that to move first. Once that is moving, ooh, we got it moving. Then put it into the second part. Get that to move. Then once you get to the third part, then you're really good at it. Do the whole trumpet. Do the small part first. Work on that first. If you're working alone, put the trumpet down on the table. Put it down. The bigger end facing you, the other end facing away. So the Spirit does speak through the trumpet. You'll at least hear it. It's facing you. Listen to voices. Talk to them. Because you can talk to Spirit now. Not back in the 60s when you didn't have a phone, you started talking to nobody that was there. They'd come for you. You can talk now. They just think you're talking on the phone. Just talk away. Talk away. But we have to realize that we are connected to Spirit. We are all going back to the Spirit world. We are all going to arrive back. I know that positively in my life that we will be there. I've had 3 near-death experiences. I've died 3 times. I've come back. Didn't want me there, I guess. But I came back. I saw the Spirit world. I had viewed the Spirit world when I was there. Last time I passed a Spirit, there were cities, hundreds and thousands of lights of cities where I was standing off in the distance. So there are many mansions. I go to prepare a place for you. There are many places of existence. So don't believe that you have to go find your relatives, because most of us in our family, we have a few crazy relatives that we don't need to see anymore. Don't think you're going to go visit them. You can go somewhere else. Kind of skirt on past. But you will go where you're needed. The end is, I would tell people, my guide Lucerne, I do trance with Lucerne, he's my trance guide. And he said that in the spirit world, before you left here, before your birth on this airplane, you stood in a village on the other side, your village. And before you left, they lit a candle for you in the middle of the village. Now the whole village, the whole time that you're here, are nurturing that candle. They nurture it. They take care of you. They look after you. So, all the time you're here, they're nurturing that. And when you eventually get back to the spirit world, you'll walk up the path of that village, and it will greet you on the path for you to put out your candle. And you will tell them about your life journey here, good or bad. You will re-enter the village. And from there, go wherever you want. But you will get back to your village. So, you have to realize, hopefully your village are good people. They've nurtured your candle. They've taken good care of you. And if they haven't taken good care of you, have a moment with your guides. Have a moment with the people of your life. Say, wait a second. No. I'm in my 70s now. I never signed a contract. And if I did sign a contract, I'd like to see it. I haven't seen it yet. So one day it might just float down. I go, phew, God, I did sign one. But as far as I know, I didn't sign one. And none of you signed a contract. So you can trade up. You can move in a different direction. You can change situations in your life. Because we only attract situations like this where we are. We raise the energy, raise the vibration, we'll attract a higher energy, a higher vibration around us. So if you're not attracting that higher vibration, take a moment, take a breath. Ask your guide what you should do. They'll be very repetitious. They'll show you. You can be stubborn, but remember, if you're stubborn, Spirit's got a whole warehouse full of duct tape. They will drag you to where you need to be. Better not be dragged. The Spirit doesn't hear you screaming on the other side. They just drag you. So watch and see what's going on in your life. What are your guides trying to show you? You know, cardinals are messengers from the spirit world. They're messengers. So if you see a lot of cardinals, they're messengers. You see numbers in your life. Numbers are repetition of numbers or angelic presence trying to speak to you. You see a repetition of numbers, you should stop and say, okay, I saw that. What are you trying to tell me? Stop. There are a lot of things in this business and this vibration that we do. If you just listen, get quiet, turn off your phone for a little while, take a breath, and just listen. Spirit will speak to you. And I want to thank you. Thank you.
Now's the time we ask for your generation. Offer, help for other religions and spiritual